What's going on, guys? It's your brother OTG. OTG's for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today I'm just trying this new setup. You know, I got my Akai Force right here, and this is going to be a short video because I'm just trying to see if this works. What I have my Akai Force set up as the DAW. So, you know, I've been working on being completely DAW-less, and I have my SP404, my TR6S, my looper, and my Verse Lab, which is off the camera, all hooked up as instruments. So I have the Verse Lab hooked up via MIDI by USB. I have the Verse Lab controlling the TR6S and the TR6S controlling the SP404. I have the Verse Lab audio going into the SP and the TR6S audio going into the front of the SP, so that way I can utilize those by themselves without the Force, or I can make a whole beat and record it into the Force. I have the audio of the SP going into the looper, so that way I can create loops and do things on the fly. So what I have now is I have the audio from the looper going into the Akai Force. And now that will give me the ability to record it in just like a instrument, whether it was the bass or voice or anything like that. I could really make the sounds and manipulate the sounds, get the sounds how I want them on the SP, and then like I'm doing right now, record it right in. Like I'm doing now, I can record it right in, record it right to the track, and have instant playback. So we're going to record this sample in, which we're doing right now, and then we're going to record it, and then we have an instant loop. And so one of the reasons why I would like to do this is because the Force allows you, just like Ableton, it allows me to work with a bunch of different size loops without having to go and manually set it. So, you know, it's just a 2-bar or 1-bar loop for the drums, but we have a 2-bar loop on the actual sample. And so now I could just go through and make a bunch of different variations of clips and different things of that nature, and kind of get it to start to arrange. And I'll show you a quick version of that. The purpose of this video really isn't so much of teaching anything, it's really just trying to work through. And I wanted to come in and just tell you guys, you know, part of what you do when you have different equipment and different stuff is you gotta just try different ways of how to hook it up. The SP is a dedicated sampler. You know, it can make beats, it can handle drums, the MPCs or the Force, it could do the same thing. But some things have strong points and other things have different weak points. For the SP, you know, as much as I love it and doing things on it, the screen doesn't really give you the ability to manipulate and kind of do some stuff you want to do. It's going to take some extra steps, and I know how to do it. You know, check out the masterclass. There's a masterclass on the MPC-1, the Live 2, the SP404, and we're gearing up to make one for the Force, for the TR6S and the Verse Lab and the looper. But I have one for Reason, Ableton. You know, I just tried importing an Ableton song into the Force, and it worked out pretty cool. So there's a bunch of different stuff that I'm going to expand on. Make sure you go check out those classes. That's how you can support the channel. Make sure you follow me at 365 OTG. This setup that I have right here, I know it looks a little crazy on the table. I have so many different tables, and the Force is such a weird size that I have this little lunch table that I had got from Walmart. That's what I have it on. It's the perfect size for the Force, but it kind of bounces up and down. I don't really like that. And then I have this other table that I'm using long ways in order to put my SP and everything at arm's reach. So I'll mess around with the camera some to try to get everything going there. Maybe I'll add in another viewpoint. But the goal of this was just to A, try out and see how easy this works together, and B, see if I like the sound quality of it. And I really do. I do think that my next couple of videos, we are going to touch on machine more. We are going to touch on, probably go through Reason some more. You know, we're going to go through each one of these devices, but you're definitely going to see a whole lot of the Force and the Force being used like a computer, being able to track in everything, taking stuff that I make on the Live 2 and the MPC and dumping it inside of the Force. When you bring in your beats from the Live 2 or you bring in your stuff from the MPC 1, it turns it into clip files and opens it up. But you get the Cooler Ranger window. You know, you also have some sliders. I'm thinking about adding an Akai MIDI mix to the setup so that way I can have a hands-on approach. But I definitely like this setup. The Verse Lab has 3,000 plus sounds in it. Some of the great sounds that you will find in the Integra 7. I have all of the Akai plugins inside of the Force. So we have all of the sounds that you can imagine standalone. We have sample capabilities with the SP that, you know, doesn't have warp artifacts and a bunch of different stuff. We have the ability to record the audio into the Force and manipulate it from Program Edit with 10 different drum effects and different effects. And we have the ability to get the 6S in to be a dedicated drum machine and use them all together. So that's the explanation of this video. Hope you learned something. More videos on the way. Thanks for supporting. Subscribe, share, comment, all that cool stuff. It's your brother.